Hello and welcome to the Magic the Blabbering podcast. I'm your host, Nick, with Josh, and today we're talking all things Spider-Man. How are you doing, Josh?
I'm good. I'm getting packed for MagicCon while we record this, and as you're listening to this, I will probably be at MagicCon, so looking forward to that. Spider-Man release day is the day this podcast come out, so yeah, it's all things Spider-Man and MagicCon right now for me. Um, I did a
Hype.
I did a Spider-Man pre-release over the weekend. I did two of them actually. Did one at 3 on Friday, and then another one at like 6. There's this store kind of by me. It's a Pokemon store, but they started doing Magic events and stuff, so it was pretty cool. I opened some pretty good stuff. I opened my one of my pre-release promos was Electro, and
Nice.
yeah,
Foil Electro.
that's the pre-release promo, so it's stamped and everything.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, and then
Let's hope our predictions are right for that card.
I opened not one, not two, or not one, but two soul stones.
But
So yeah, one in each of my pre-release kits. So yeah, I got
wow,
pretty lucky there. Yeah,
running
and
good.
there's another card that's I didn't read this card until I actually opened it at the pre-release. It's called Cheering Crowd. It's pretty nuts. So at the beginning of each player's first main phase, that player may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If they do, they add colorless for each counter on it. So
Oh, wild.
yeah, it got out of control really fast. Yeah, it was at, like had 9 counters on at one point, and so he's like, okay, I'll just add 9 colorless to my mana pool. So yeah, uh, yeah, it was pretty good. It feels bad whenever they like, oh yeah, I'll add a counter on it and add 4 colorless, and then use the two of the colorless to kill it, and
Yeah.
so. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, it got out of control pretty fast. I didn't. My decks were really good though. I had black and red, like mayhem for the first event, and then I think it was a green black for the second event. I think I won 2 matches all day out of 6, so
Oh,
I didn't do too well. I got matched up against mirror matches. I know were 2 of my losses, and
uh-huh.
then the other 2 were just bad. Like the guy that one of the guys that beat me, he was playing a blue black control deck, and he's like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have won that game. I just had like the nut draws." So, but I had fun. It's actually a pretty fun set to play. So I mean, that's really all that matters to me. Really, is whenever these universes beyond set, any set really is is it fun to play? And I had fun. Of course, opening 2 soul stones was pretty fun, but
Yeah. Cherry on
so
top, you know.
yeah.
Wow. That sounds like a great freaking tournament. You open a couple of good cards. You don't do too well, but you don't really mind. That was always the cool part of the pre-release. Like, oh, I busted good, so I can be the losing pool.
Yeah.
Even though my decks are good, sometimes it doesn't work out, but it sounds like it had some awesome games with Jeering Crowd. I mean, that's a card I wouldn't even add to my deck because I would be like, my opponent is going to wreck me with this somehow, and I just can't deal with it. But then you get the upside of like, there's a game where you get a huge, and like, I'm a 9/9. Like, oh,
Yeah, I
that's,
want my dream play was to have Electro on the battlefield, and then
uh-huh.
be
Oh,
able to add just a shit ton of colorless mana, and then have a bunch of red mana stacked, and then have Electro die and just like dome them for
zop him for the
yeah
whole life total. Oh man,
yeah.
that's sick. Dude,
So
see,
I
he's
didn't
big. He's a big brain. He's a
yeah
dreamer.
I didn't get to do it, but oh well.
Yeah, that's all right.
I
It
had fun,
happens.
so I had fun. Yeah. Yeah, so
Awesome. Yeah.
did you do any Spider-Man shenanigans this weekend?
Only thing Spider-Man I've been seeing, unfortunately, is the downfall of Spider-Man sealed product for my world. So it's kind of like funny because in Final Fantasy, like in my group chats and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh my God, I got this! Oh my God, this! Oh my this is oh I got oh," and then the pre-release happens, the set comes out, and everyone's like, "Buy, buy, 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 buy!" Packs opening, everything crazy. Everyone comes out of the woodwork. Spider-Man, not the same.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, it was like 2 dudes being like, one guy like, I friggin' love Spider-Man. Another guy's like, I also like Spider-Man. He likes all the IPs. And then everyone else is like, big snooze. And then, people are opening boxes. And then my friend, my roommate, he's like a packhead. So he's just like, I gotta he went and risked it all, even though he knew the odds were bad. He opened one of the alternative art
The amazing
Spider-Man, the
or
one that flies, Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, he
yeah.
got an alternative art, which was like $1,000. I think he got 800 out of it, but it paid for his box.
Yeah.
He also paid for his garage door that broke. But you know,
Yeah, I
but then we're all in the pre-orders. We have a bunch of pre-orders, and this is the first time ever we're all just like not picking those up, just just not picking them up.
yeah.
So and then the Rudies of the world are gonna snap all those up for cheap, and then wait for 2 years. They're gonna be worth something. But yeah, really, Spider-Man. I haven't seen my commander group hasn't come out, and I don't play all the time, but they'll usually be playing here, and I'll see. Usually, one of them will have a new commander with the new set, so we're gonna have a Peter
Yeah.
Parker already planned, and
Okay.
we'll maybe see Venom and some
Yeah,
others.
I opened a Peter Parker. I did open I think it's the Amazing Spider-Man. It was just the base version though, because it wasn't out a collector booster or anything. So,
Right.
yeah, I opened those two. I had a guy play Carnage against me, which was yeah,
Ooh,
it was pretty good actually. So that was
how
one of
early did he get it
that was
out?
one of the mirror matches. He just kept bringing stuff back from the graveyard, and yeah, it was pretty good. But like if you have, I had the Soul Stone, so I just kept like bringing stuff
Oh,
back from my graveyard too. Yeah, it was it was pretty funny. So
a relentless battle. You're just like, you can't stop us.
yeah,
That's so cool. Well, I mean, you
there's
had two soul stones, so I mean, like, or you had one in your
yeah,
deck. That's pretty sick.
there's
So,
like a one of the Spider Mans. It's like Brooklyn Spider Man or something. He like fetches for a land when he ETB. So like I would just
okay.
like use him to block and then bring him back with the Soul Stone next turn. Go get a land, or, ramp and everything. So it was, yeah, it was fun. But I saw I think the collector boosters on Amazon, they were back up for MSRP for like a couple hours. And
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't like sell out immediately or whatever. So I don't know if we got all the Poke Bros out of Magic because they weren't making enough money on stuff, or like Final Fantasy I think went down to just over $1,000. It was at 1,400 at one point, and
Hmm.
there was a lot lost there. So maybe I don't know. Maybe we're seeing market correction and getting back to normal. I say with my quote fingers.
Well, products are a little bit more. I think the dip in Final Fantasy is kind of like, if I had all my money tied up in saving for saving for this, maybe I need to let it go.
Yeah,
Maybe people are, selling a little bit more of their money to like make back what they lost. A bunch of those, maybe some of the people holding were like, crap, now I need to sell my Final Fantasy to make up for some of my buys with this.
yeah.
It's hard to say. That's interesting to hear Final Fantasy went down. I actually would think it would be the opposite, where Final Fantasy would go up because if you wanted to park your money in something more safe.
What
But that's interesting to hear.
do you know what the what the ceiling was on Spider-Man like over the last month? Like it
Oh,
was
like where it got to?
yeah, it was up.
Like its highest was like 1,000 right at the beginning, and then it
Okay.
had like slowly trickled down to like 8, then 7, then 6 was pretty common, and now it's all the way down to like 550,
Yeah.
5, maybe MSRP. Um, but yeah, seeing that weakness, it's interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at Final Fantasy right now. It looks like the Japanese um, collector booster display on um, TCG Player is 680, which is pretty low for that. But I actually don't even see.
Yeah, the Japanese ones have been around that for pretty much since day one. Because I don't think you can get any of the serialized cards or anything like that out of them.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Because there
that's
was,
crazy.
yeah, I saw like when I went to the pre-release, the store I went to, they didn't have any Final Fantasy collectors English, but they had all the Japanese ones. So because I don't think you can get chase cards out of them. You might be able to get some of the Neon Chocobos, but I'm 99.9% sure there's no serialized cards in those. So that's why they're lower.
Yeah, Final Fantasy has dipped down to 1174 as of today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a downtrend. I wonder why. That's fascinating. Maybe there's a lot of things that go on in the market. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It's hard to say. I've been selling singles online, and a lot of the singles have been cheap lately. So just
Mm.
interesting to see a little market weakness. we can speculate on that all day. It's just fun to see that. I don't know if fun to see is the right word, but um, it's been an interesting time. Everyone's all hindsight's 2020, but I remember my roommate being like, "We got to pre-order every Spider-Man ever," and then I get all my pre-orders, and he's like, "Oh, well, maybe not." I'm like I originally had no plan to get into Spider-Man at all. Like I had
Yeah.
already planned I wasn't, and he's like, "Oh man, there's gonna be two stones in there. There's one stone, and then it's like, then there's really not a lot of stuff people are like hype for." And I think the set is fine. I think the set is fine.
Yeah.
I think there are good cards. They're just not obvious, and I think the IP is too narrow to
Yeah.
appeal to a big. It's just not gonna be Final Fantasy. This is like a regular set, and that's good. We shouldn't want every set to be Final Fantasy. I mean, you remember what happened? It was like hard to get cards.
Yep.
Cards are everywhere. You can't you can't get regular booster packs. I think there still probably was a shortage on regular packs for Final Fantasy. Like most of us
Yeah.
just want to play the game.
And like
So for the people who want to play the game,
every place was sold out of the bundles because they had the two special cards in them. You couldn't get bundles anywhere. That's really the products that I care about. I got two Spider-Man bundles. That's all I've got of the Spider-Man set besides the pre-release kits. I'll get some more, this weekend at MagicCon with my package and stuff like that. But I'm not. Yeah, I think I bought Final Fantasy. I think bundles is all I bought, and then I got some of the Commander decks from Costco. Those came with packs, and that's
Mhm.
really that, and whatever I got at Vegas from MagicCon is all the Final Fantasy I got too. I didn't get a booster box or whatever, so yeah,
Yeah, it's just
it's
it's magic. We've experienced downturns before. I mean, like I remember Kaladesh era and stuff like that. Like the packs were like it was crazy. Like I remember you could get bundles for $10 at like retail stores. So we've been in down
yeah.
for a while. It's just been on up and up and up for a while. I guess it's just time to hit it down. It
Yeah,
just
well, I
happens like
mean, we went through with the Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. Those sets, tanked. Like you could pick up booster boxes for $60 on like Black Friday and stuff like that. I
for
remember, I
years.
remember seeing
It felt
that.
like
Yeah,
years.
yeah. It was like two years in a row. They just plummeted. Streets of New Capenna was down there too. Battle for Zendikar, I believe, was the same way. So yeah, it's we kind of it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I've
I mean,
noticed
that's
that.
magic.
I mean, I noticed. So I've said I've been putting all my cards online, and I'm looking at prices, and like I go through, shards of Alara, and like the highest card is like $4. I'm like, oh my god, there's no cards worth anything in this set. Some of
Yep.
the foils maybe, but and then I actually just did Kaladesh and Aether Revolt today, and it's pretty much the same deal there. I think like Walking Ballista is like carrying the Aether Drift. I think the foil's like $18 or something, and then the what is it the land from Kaladesh. What's it
Yeah,
called?
Shards of Alara has two
Inventors.
$17 cards, and then it immediately drops to an $8 card.
Yeah, yeah. So, what are the two cards? What are the two hits in shards?
Tezzeret and Ad Nauseam.
Oh yeah, Ad
Then it
Nos.
goes
Yeah.
to Elspeth, and then hilariously, it's Memory Erosion, just that mill card if you
Yep.
remember,
Yep.
and a bunch of other like weird role players. But yeah, it is. Oh, my
Yeah.
boy Godsire's in the top six, top 12. Let's go.
Yeah, it's kind
Got a
of
funny
bitter.
list.
It's kind of bittersweet going through my collection like this because it's like I'm trying to complete these sets and stuff, and I'm missing three or four cards from the sets normally, and luckily they're like dollar rares, but then like the rest of the cards is just hit or miss whether I have the money cards in that set or not. So, but
Yeah,
when I go
yeah.
to complete a lot of these sets, it's going to be less than $10 to complete most of the sets. So I'm happy about that.
That
But
feels good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, is that a bad thing? That does make Magic still collectible. There's
Yeah,
definitely
they're
spaces to still mine.
they're doing a decent job of getting these staples regularly released through what they were doing with the list. You've got Mystery Booster 2, you've got Commander, that they're getting these reprints out there. They've got the special guests now that they're doing, and they've got promos and stuff. So They you
It
know,
is it is a little funny because I feel like if I were a store owner, I'd be very annoyed with the list because your random one-off card that should be $20 because it doesn't exist. You don't have as many of those.
yeah,
I'm not saying you should have a million of them, but like they even Mystery Booster, they started making foil cards that were really rare, like reprinted. Like
yeah.
here's a foil black border like card from a core set that was like super rare. Here's another copy of it. It's like, oh, it just has a little fork. And then it would go from like $400 to like a dollar. Now, $400 is a little ridiculous, but you know,
Yeah, my only gripe with that is with the list is they look exactly like the mystery booster cards. They're almost
yeah.
impossible to tell, the difference because they all have that
Hmm.
the little planeswalker symbol in the bottom, left, and
Yep.
yeah, so because I'm, I'm trying to keep them separate, the list cards from the mystery booster cards, but I think eventually I'm just going to combine them all together and sort them, alphabetically by color and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun for collectors.
Yeah.
But
And just to bounce back to Spider-Man, thinking of collecting, I didn't get in on the Spider-Man secret layers this time around, but I was
oh,
getting messages for that from random friends that were going, "Oh my God, I didn't get the Venom lands. Did you get any?" So I wasn't expecting that. So just a weird like thing to experience where, you know, I have nobody caring about the sealed product, but then suddenly I have tons of people coming after me for
are
like the
are
secret
they
layer.
sold out now? The any of the
I don't
Spider-Man secret
know.
layers? I did end up getting the lands, and I did end up getting the Venom secret layer, the one with Damnation in it. So because I always need another copy of Damnation, and I just added it on really to get the free shipping. So, but
I'm looking to see.
I did get the foil lands. We talked about this last time. I'm working on the having all the foil lands, starting that here pretty soon, probably toward the end of the year, and so I know I'm going to need them eventually. It was only, yeah, it was $60, so I mean it's about $5 a land, a little over $5 a land. So I mean, you know,
Oh wow.
figured because you get two copies of each land in there, and I'm hoping,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, there's a waste in there for the bonus card.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
yeah,
Looking at it, it looks like several of the layers, the bundle layer, tons of these layers sold out. I think the only things
okay,
remaining are, it looks like the newspaper ones, foil and non-foil, and then the heroic deeds, which is looks like it's 3 visits and a couple other
yeah.
cards, a certain art style. But that's it. It looks like it was a very successful secret lair.
Huh.
There you go.
So the lands are
This
sold
is going to
out.
be one of those success. Yeah, looks
Okay.
like everything else is sold out.
Yeah.
So
All right.
must have
Well,
been a hot secret lair. So people like Spider-Man. Maybe they just like a taste and not
yeah. My wait in
the
line
whole
was like
sandwich.
45 minutes or something, and I didn't even get on like right when it went on sale. I waited like an hour because I was just
Oh
like
wow.
kind of letting fate decide. I was like, if I get in, I'll get these. If I don't, then I didn't get them, and so yeah, I got on.
Nice.
I think it was like about an hour after the sale went live, and then another 45-minute wait in line. So
Cool.
yeah.
So you still got them. So it wasn't hyper demand, but it was demand.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
like right as I got mine, I got like an email that said, "Oh, low stock on some of these Spider-Man secret layers." So
Well, that's freaking wild. Just to see how the market behavior is just so different. Like people wanted a little bit of Spider-Man. We talk about Shards of Lara, and we talk about that all the time because of me most of the time. But there was I used to listen to a ton of content from Mark Rosewater, and I remember Aaron Forsyth coming on his podcast years ago, and I remember them talking about this thing they used to do when they had 3 set blocks. And they
hmm
said they'd give you, 1 set, 2 set, and then the third set would be like everything but like amped up to 11. And they talked about how in Shards of Alara, it's 3 color set. Then it's kind of like a 5 color set. And then it's kind of like really a 5 color set because everything's gold.
yeah.
So they said they had this habit of giving you your ice cream for dinner. So you're
Oh.
just like too much of a good thing, when you eat ice cream, you're gonna poop your pants. So um, basically to say maybe Spider-Man's that thing. It's like we like Spider-Man, but I like a movie once every once in a while. Maybe I don't want a whole expansion for it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Very
but like I said, it's a fun play experience, and so that's that's how I judge every set is, do I have fun playing it? So
I've heard some feedback from people who have played in the pre-release how the mechanics are really sweet. Like
hmm
web slinging's cool, mayhem's cool, but it didn't seem like there was enough. So
yeah,
like
the mayhem, like it's hard to do in a limited environment. Like you could draft if you drafted mayhem, it would be different. But having a sealed pool, and trying to there's like two or three mayhem enablers. Like there's the I think it's Ghost Spider. Whenever she attacks, you can discard a card, and if you do, you get to draw a card. So that's a way to enable mayhem. But there's not. I don't think there's enough cards like that um, to kind of force mayhem to work. It just I don't know. It's kind of it was in my deck, but it wasn't like the main part of my deck. You know what I mean? There were mayhem cards, but
yeah,
but and
maybe
it,
for sealed it's a little different constructed. You can like make it happen.
yeah,
But
and
yeah, and
and
sealed,
like a year for your drafting the set, you could if you wanted to draft a mayhem deck, you could definitely could do that. But
nice. Yeah, I think it's a cool mechanic. I think I'd love to see them come back. I don't know if I want the name web slinging in a random set, but I like that mechanic. It's kind of like
well,
ninjutsu in like a
it
weird way,
it's called what's it called? It's called something on Arena now.
Oh yeah, it's
It
worse
has
than bad though. It's like dead something still. It's still like spider related.
it's like in not in Tomb in Web.
In
That's what it's
web,
called. It's called in Web.
yeah, in
Yeah,
web also bad.
yeah. It's a dumb name.
Could have been like creature swap or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
So.
I don't know. I don't know. Definitely a cool mechanic. Definitely gonna. I hope it goes the way of devotion. Yeah, or Chroma. If you guys remember
Yeah.
Chroma all the
Yeah.
way from Shadowmore Eventide, or I think it was Eventide, or it's like, for every symbol on a card, you do
Yeah.
something, and then they're like later on, they're like, so we just renamed this devotion, and it's for stuff in play. It's
Yeah.
just better this way. It's more thematic, and I'm like, I feel like in web or web slinging will maybe go that way sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, remember everything is just kicker.
well, right. I mean, everything is kicker. Kicker is the perfect mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean that's Magic in a nutshell. There's kicker and there's pitch cards. But then isn't a pitch card kind of like a kicker?
Yeah.
Kicker discard a card. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. It's a cool set. I think it's gonna appreciate pretty well. Um, but we'll have to see. I'm not putting my dollars in it. I'm still diehard Final Fantasy. I said I'm selling in a year. I'm gonna be looking to sell on Final Fantasy, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it went down, it went down." I'm like, they can go back down to
Yeah.
$700 for all I care. I'm
Yeah. I
waiting.
mean, look at like the Fallout stuff. It's
Yeah,
just gone crazy. So
honestly, let Final Fantasy go down. Let it go down to 600. I will buy. I
yeah.
will buy. I will buy. I will buy.
Yeah.
So anyone want to sell me $700 a collector box? Hello,
it'll
DM
be
me.
it'll be very interesting to see the market for Avatar. With this how Spider-Man ends up. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Avatar, how those prices go, because people are going to say see people were buying Avatar at high because saw Final Fantasy, they saw Spider-Man, and they were like, it's a no-brainer to buy this, and
Yeah.
to try to resell it. But yeah, we'll see how this bodes for Avatar. I know the Commander bundles were going for like $250 or something stupid like that, and yeah, I think hopefully we'll level out kind of on the Avatar stuff, because I'm actually kind of looking forward to that set now that I finished the series, and I watched the first episode of the Legend of Korra, and I
Yes.
watched the first episode of the Netflix live action Avatar.
I
To
haven't seen that, so
Yeah,
that'll let
so
me know.
it's I watched the movie too, the M Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh no,
Oh
that's bad.
man, I
That's
just I
awful,
just
dude.
wanted to see. It is so bad. It's like
Oh,
they just not did not care about the source material whatsoever. Like
mm-mm.
they pronounced like everybody's name wrong. Like
Yeah.
you have the material over here that tells you how to pronounce everybody's name, and they were just like pronouncing it wrong. It seemed like it was on purpose. Like it was just like going out of their way to just like shit on the cartoon.
Yeah.
And like
It's like let's call him Ong, which may be the correct thing, but like every freaking consumer of that medium is like it's Aang. Like I'm
yeah, like
sorry,
it
that's
says it in the cartoon itself. It's
yeah.
Aang. I mean, and then like Zuko's hair wasn't. It was all like he had like the emo cut, and like I mean that's like a kind of a big moment in the series whenever he cuts his ponytail off and stuff, and it's yeah I can tell why that movie did not do well. It was pretty awful, but man the Netflix series it follows like
Oh, cool.
pretty dang close to the cartoon. There's a moment like kind of got me
Oh,
in the first episode. Yeah, uh they're like in the Northern Water Tribe, and the grandma comes up to the wall and she like starts saying the intro from the cartoon. Oh man, it just
oh,
yeah.
ooh, it made you tear up. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was
ooh.
yeah, it was good. And then Legend of Korra, we've got Aang's kids, and um, the Korra is Korra his granddaughter?
No, no, they're not related.
Okay,
So
but
she just was spirited the thing.
yeah, she's in the Water Tribe, in the Northern Water Tribe,
Yes, she
with
is.
Katara, because Katara is still
Yeah.
alive, and
Yep.
she's there, and Aang's son, his adult son, shows up with his kids, and all that was kind of cute, and so they go to I think it's Republic City is what it's called, and
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna love that. That series is real good.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
and to tie it back to Magic, the collector's booster for Avatar on TCG Player on presale are about 888 average. There's one you can snag for pre-order for 750. My speculation for this one is I still am not sure, but it's a one I believe in, and it's an IP I don't think that has a lot of saturation. So
yeah,
like if you're looking for something and you've never got a thing, like this is like an you can get in, and
yeah,
I don't know. I could see it popping off, but I mean 880 at an intro is pretty hard for collectors boosters. We'll
yeah.
see. I have faith in this one, but I also had faith in Hatsune Miku, and those all might be hanging around my house.
Yeah,
So
I've been dipping my toe in the Avatar world lately. So yeah, I kind of was testing stuff out to see. My wife really enjoyed the cartoon, and so we're gonna start one of these others. And I was kind of trying to find the best one. And yeah, I think we'll go with the Netflix because it's only one season right now. I think it's only like 8 episodes, so we
oh,
can
nice.
we can knock that out in a weekend, and then kind of go into the Legend of Korra, and because she wants to know all the like history of why did Aang disappear. Oh, they do go so like we don't really get the story of why Aang disappeared in the cartoons, but in the
Yeah.
in the Netflix series they do explain what happened and stuff.
Oh,
So yeah,
really?
yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty cool. So definitely I would
It's
check
a
out
great IP.
yeah, I would definitely check out the Netflix series if you can. It
Yeah,
seemed pretty
me
good.
too.
So like the casting for that the M Night Shyamalan movie was just bad too. Like Uncle Iroh was like this big buff dude, like instead of the the older. I know he becomes buff, at the in the cartoon toward the end, but he like starts off. He doesn't even look the same, and the casting for the Netflix series is really good too. They've cast Iroh perfectly. Zuko looks pretty good, so yeah.
I can't wait till we're speculating, that eventually Magic's gonna have to do another crazy crossover, obviously. So we have Star Wars on the horizon, we feel like, but then they've been hinting. I don't know if you guys saw there was a little thing of a Hobbit
Uh
not
huh.
too long ago online.
Yeah.
If you guys want to
So
go with that, you want to go into that
I
for a
do.
second?
I do because I do have a little like Easter egg that was in the little teaser trailer. So
Oh,
yeah, so what happened was Wizards of the Coast put this, I think it was a 13-second like trailer, but it was like basically just like a video of the Hobbit hole, like a Hobbit hole door, right? And it was for Bilbo Baggins' birthday. I think it was Bilbo Baggins. I think it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
for his birthday. And so if you supposedly there's writing on the door, and if you translate that writing, it translates to May. So
Oh, whoa.
yeah.
Oh, whoa.
So
We might be
yeah,
getting Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit instead.
yeah, actually, by the time this podcast airs, we may know for sure because the preview panel is Friday at MagicCon Atlanta, and they will probably lay out all of the sets coming out for
Oh,
2026. And
oh my
so,
God.
yeah, so we may be going back to the Shire, maybe in May next year, 2026. We'll see. But yeah,
Oh man.
that and
Oh man.
also we did get
Ready for
another.
some market chaos? You ready for some market chaos? Because everyone's like, we missed out on the booster boxes last time, and then they went nuts for Final Fantasy. Everyone's gonna be like, this is the next Final Fantasy. You see the pre-order like 1,500. It'd be like chaos, complete insanity.
uh,
Uh,
Also, we did get another teaser too about
oh,
new Nickelodeon
oh
IP
yeah.
coming to Magic. Yeah, so like I feel like it's Turtles, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
So
I'm here
yeah,
for it.
we know we had SpongeBob, a secret layer. I don't know if we're gonna get a full set of turtles or if we're gonna get a secret layer of turtles or that's it may
You're gonna
not.
be like, I'm gonna be happy with it being like Sonic. Just give me the four turtles, and
Yeah,
I'll be happy with
it
it.
might not be turtles. They didn't say for sure. They did say it was a Nintendo property, but again,
Nickelodeon, pop.
what'd I say?
Nintendo.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, Nickelodeon. Yeah, and yeah. So we'll hopefully know. By the time this podcast airs, by the time you're listening to this, we will hopefully know. I'm going to miss the preview panel at MagicCon. Sadly, I haven't. I'm playing in the unknown event at that time, and but yeah, I'll keep your eyes peeled on that preview event because
So
they
hyped.
should be laying out the roadmap of 2026. So far, we only know we're going to Strixhaven at some point. We're going to Lorwyn in January. I think that's all we know next
Morrowind.
year. Yeah, and so yeah, look
It's
out
gonna
for
be a
the
big year.
look out for Lord of the Rings and some Nickelodeon
Did we do our
property.
predictions for next year for the missing things? So we got that. So
So
sure.
we're gonna get minimum 5 sets, right? Maybe 6.
Right.
And we know that it's going to be every other set is going to be Universes Beyond. So we are
Hmm.
probably shooting for 3 Universes Beyond sets and 3 Magic, you know, IP sets. And we know 2 of them. One's going to be Lorwyn, one's going to be Strixhaven. I'm guessing the third one is going to be a new plane that we haven't been to before. Something similar to Edge of Eternities. So, I mean,
Hmm.
that's pretty much. I don't think you're going to disagree with that, are you?
No, no,
Okay.
that's confirmed basically. Yeah. Uh, yeah. That's all makes sense to me.
So then our 3 Universes Beyond, I think
We have to plug the Hobbit. Obviously, that's
we're going to
happening.
put Lord of the Rings. We've got
Yep.
a Nickelodeon property, which um, we'll say is Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtles. Let's go.
And then we're going to get a Marvel set, I think, of some sort next year, too.
Yeah. So X-Men.
I hope X-Men. Yeah, X-Men would be
X-Men.
awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing that'll kick off the Marvel hype because like we had the sampler set, like the four commander decks.
yeah,
I'm like, hit them with X-Men because everyone I know, we need it. We
yeah,
want it.
yeah, yeah.
This is it. Don't do Avengers. Like please do that later.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't think people will be mad, but I think people are hyped for
X-Men.
the X-Men.
Yeah.
Like even the X-Men cameo in the Avengers movies and stuff, like we were hyped to see like Professor X and people, even though they weren't like a big part of it. We're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
oh my God.
so I think it was this year we just got the X-Men 97 cartoon on Disney.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll, maybe it'll tie in with the second season of X-Men or something. X-Men is, I think,
And the video game. What's the shooter video game? X-Men like Marvel Rivals or something? There's
oh,
X-Men in that.
yeah. But like, I think, yeah, at the top of my list of any Marvel IP, I think X-Men is there for me personally.
Yeah.
The Deadpool thing is cool. I love the Deadpool Secret Lair, but I don't know that there's enough material there for a whole set. I think he's Secret Lair material. But yeah, X Men, I think is probably at the top
Let's
of a
go.
lot of people's list.
So
So
is the Nickelodeon property confirmed as a crossover for Secret Lair or for us full set?
we don't know yet. Yeah,
Okay, so my guess, here's my
it
guess. So
could be
my
spun.
prediction is we get Star Wars next year.
Oh,
So
really?
it's
Okay.
Hobbit, Star Wars, X-Men.
So
Biggest year in Magic
okay,
ever.
okay, yeah,
That's my prediction. And then we get like a cameo, so we get like the Nickelodeon properties, like another like SpongeBob thing, but it's like for turtles or
gotcha. Yeah,
something. That's my guess. That would be like a huge year for me. I'd be like, holy moly. Like, I don't know how we top this, but
yeah.
maybe not. They
I
went
d-
back to the Shire. I think that's one of their like gimmies, but it's also a revisit in a sense. So
yeah, but I
I don't
think
know.
so. I mean, you've got the Lord of the Rings movies, and then you've got the Hobbit movies and books, and
In the Silmarillion.
so like you know you have a whole story there of just the Hobbit stuff to draw from.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there won't
So
be, you
it's,
know, there's not going to be
yeah.
a one ring in these, but
Thank God.
yeah, we'll have something. So
So I find this funny. So some of my friends who are in the slightly older generation, they like eventually get over to my properties eventually when they're like thrown at them. So like you got into
yeah, to
Avatar because it
Avatar,
was finally thrown
yeah.
at you. And I think I'm a little older for that IP in general. But I do. We have all speculated that like Dragon Ball Z, if it ever crosses over with Magic, it's like whoa, like it's gonna be
Yeah.
so big, is what we're hoping or expecting. At least our demo, my demo is like. So I'm looking forward to when I get you to start watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged, because you'll love it. It's like much shorter and much more hilarious. Um, but it'll be so sick. Just see
I
for watching Magic force everyone to watch everyone else's IPs. You're like, hey, here's this other thing you haven't
yeah,
seen.
I don't know if I can commit. That's a lot of episodes of Dragon Ball Z, isn't it? Because isn't there like four
Yeah,
different? There's like four different like series and stuff too, right?
you don't get to get that deep. They'll probably just do Z,
Okay.
which I think is like 100. But the the thing I'm talking about, it's called Dragon Ball Z Abridged. These guys made a YouTube channel, and they made
Oh.
like shorts versions of the episodes, and it's all just making fun of it. But you still can follow the story.
Okay.
But so like our friend James Gardner, who was on or Jim, who was on the
Final Fantasy
podcast
stuff.
Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
we all watched that together. And he
Okay.
was like, "Oh my god, I gotta watch him become Super Saiyan." So he just chain watched because it's so funny. It's so funny. We just watched like the whole, and it took us like maybe an hour or two, but we watched the entire thing. And he's like, "I gotta wait till you get a Super Saiyan." I'm like, "That's the whole show." So we watched like the entire show. So he has like a kind of a bastardized version of what happens, but it's good enough. Like
Yeah.
it's like good enough. It's
Okay.
I
Okay.
I can't wait till that happens. This is in the future, but
I think it's in so One Piece is like, isn't it like 1,000 episodes or something?
yeah, forget
And,
that crap. I
and
watched 200 episodes of that show. Boo.
and like a lot of it
Everyone
is
can hate on me.
like frame for frame, like they reuse parts and stuff like that. And so I saw this like meme the other day. It was like, I'm a genie. I'll give you three wishes. What's your first wish? He's like, I wish I could watch One Piece over again without remembering, without knowing anything, you know. And then he's like, okay, I'll grant your wish. And then he goes and he's like, oh, I'm gonna check out One Piece. 1,000 episodes? I forget that. And so he just like, never watches it. But I heard there's like a abridged version of that too. My son was telling me about. It's like,
Oh,
um,
is it really?
yeah, they like
Oh, okay.
cut out all the BS. So yeah.
Okay. Well, if he has that, maybe it's good because I watched 200 episodes of that show and there was no satisfaction. Like the you get a couple boss battles in the very beginning. There's one that's like, ooh, there's some stakes. Like somebody might die. Like something like really might happen. And it's pretty intense really
Yeah.
early on. And then after that, they have another boss battle that's kind of weak. And then like it's just a lot of the bad parts of anime where it's just like I'm just crying a lot and like the world and like
Yeah.
existential dread and whatever. And then eventually they get to this big boss. You're like waiting this whole it's so long. You're 200 episodes in. This lightning guy. He's like he will zap people into oblivion. He's like a god, you know. And if you know anything about One Piece, the main character's a rubber man. So all this hype. Then he goes to fight him. He goes, "Bazaar, 10,000 volts or something," and he's just like does
Cool.
nothing. And he's like, "Ugh." And it's like everyone watching the show should have been like, "No shit, it does nothing," and that's the payoff. And I'm just like, and I talk to people who watch the show all the way, and they're like, "You gotta wait, you gotta get to Water 7, whatever the hell that means." Which I'm like, "How many episodes is that in?" And they're like, 600 or something. I'm like, What? Like that's when it gets good. I'm like, this is just Stockholm Syndrome the show. Like I'm in too deep. Like it wasn't good. It like I've heard like the guy who wrote it, he's like learning to write, and it's taking him so long and you have to make a thing every week. So he got better as he went on. So sure, like the end half is good, but then like anyway, all I know is like I've had life-changing experiences like that feel like I've like changed the narrative of my life of like how I think about things and like enriched me. They've been 25 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 25.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
some of the ones that are longer, like Naruto and stuff like that. I've gotten 200 episodes of that. I haven't finished it. But when I got to those episodes, there were big parts in the middle where I was like, "Ooh, this feels cool," and like I'm
Yeah.
engaged. And then I also get the payoff of like, "Oh my God, that was like a life-changing, like, whoa, I'm mind blown," like the way it like unfolds,
Yeah.
storytelling narrative.
Yeah.
One
I mean,
Piece, I'm
like
no.
Avatar was kind of the same way, where you've
Yeah.
got they had like the side story episodes, that I felt were kind of like some of them are really good, but I felt like some of them were, hey, we got to keep the kids entertained with this. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I do have
A
a
little of that.
I do have a final prediction for a Nickelodeon crossover.
Okay.
Okay, hear me out.
Let's go.
It's a
Oh
secret
God.
layer. It's a Hannah Montana secret layer with flip cards.
Ooh, that'd be sweet. I'm not even mad. That'd be funny. Hannah Montana
Uh,
was huge. I remember that. I remember my little sister being like, "Ooh, how does no one know?"
yeah, so
I mean, I'm ready for some random IPs because, like, honestly, we're in this world already. Like, we're in the Secret Lair world. Like, we might as well do some fun ones.
yeah, oh,
Like you
for
might as
sure.
well just.
Yeah, if we're gonna
Where's the Powerpuff Girls? I would buy the Powerpuff
oh
Girls Secret Lair.
heck yeah,
If they
I
did that.
would.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Yeah, I love the Powerpuff Girls or Invader Zim. I
Yeah.
would kill for an
Samurai Jack,
oh yeah. Johnny Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like,
What's that what's the one the Courage the Cowardly Dog?
yep,
I mean
yep.
there were some
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
yeah, there were some banger
Oh,
Nickelodeon shows. We got
yeah,
Rugrats.
yep. Oh, that one
So
would be funny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like honestly, they finally. I think Avatar might be the first time they've hit an IP that I like, and they're hitting the notes. Like all the cards I read, I'm like, whoa, this is like good flavor, good style.
yeah.
Uh,
I'm
you know,
honestly I'm happy about Avatar. Like if we're getting it, that I'm able to, just watch the episodes, the 3 seasons, and have everything right there. Have all the lore so I can understand the cards and stuff. So and it's good having it, fresh in my mind too. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I hope many Magic the Gathering players are watching, Avatar just to get in the lore, so they get in the spirit. Because I think this is going to be a really cool, well fit thing for Magic. I think this is another like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, if you
Just have to see it.
if you watch 1 or 2 episodes a day, starting now, you'll get to the end of it by the time it's 60 episodes, I think. So I think if you start now with 1 episode, we're probably 60 days away, because it's
Perfect.
middle of November when it comes out, November 20th or something like that. So yeah, I think if you do 1 episode a day, you should be there. You can miss a day and get caught up with a couple episodes. I think they're only 30-minute episodes. They go by pretty fast. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's what I have to say about Magic this week. Josh, you got anything else to add? You're going to
Yeah,
MagicCon?
going to MagicCon. I'm packing. Actually, right now I'm at the so I'm at this stage with MagicCon, and it happens almost every time I go, where I get like super anxiety, and I don't want to go, and yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I get really bad like I mean I have kind of like social anxiety, and but like I get real anxious about going to MagicCon,
oh,
to like these big events, and it's like because I like second guess like interactions and how stuff like that. I don't know. I just get in my head, and it like really stresses me out, and so I like put off packing until like the last minute,
Oh,
And yeah, I don't know. I'm in that headspace right now. Every time I've gone to a MagicCon, I've had a great time. I've met lots of awesome people, had great interactions. Um, and so I know that that's coming. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like the 1 or 2 days before I leave, and it's just like, oh God, I don't want to go. And so yeah, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm procrastinating packing, but I'll be there, and I'll be doing the set symbol challenge on Saturday, and I'll be doing meet and greet on Sunday, and I'm doing the unknown
with
event.
a tested SD card.
Yeah, with a backup SD card.
There you go.
So
There you go.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to Atlanta. Um, I'm just every time every before every MagicCon I do this, and I know that I'm doing it, so it kind of makes it easier to kind of come out of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now. So so
All right.
we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go finish packing so I can get out to MagicCon, and looking forward to the preview panel that comes out today, same day as this podcast, to kind of see what we're dealing with next year as far as Magic sets. See if our predictions come true. Maybe we'll get that Hannah Montana secret lair. You never know. So,
It's
but
happening. It's happening.
all right, go. Today is actually Spider-Man release day, so go go buy all that Spider-Man product at MSRP now. So since this came down, and
Yeah.
yeah. So also don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next time.